Late night black and white, everybody. We are here to witness two of Super Mario Brothers 3 Randomizer's finest, duking it out for your pleasure in the Z1R Arena. We have Mr. Holdright himself, Animus United, who's currently in the lead right now, one game over Dr. Jank himself, Dr. Torstel, and I am joined by Vonnie on comms, and we have a great clickety clacker who is stepping up to the plate for the first time. So chat, you are going to have to work hard for the living legend here, So give it up for our wonderful clickety clacker who is going to remain anonymous for now, because we are not going to add any pressure until the end, okay? But we're going to be rooting for our two first timers here, okay? So, Vonnie, we have Rookie Rumble 2025 flags for both of our runners. Why don't you give a little brief description, because I think you are participating in the Rookie Rumble yourself.
I am indeed. Yes, I'll be getting started in the next round here, but what I can tell you is that I'm going to go ahead and release these runners. We're going to get a race going shortly, so let me go ahead and do that, and then I'll be happy to come back and talk all about these flags here. All right, I have given the signal that I am going to be releasing the runners, and I have done exactly that, and the countdown is on. We will be getting this race started shortly here. Now, what you're going to be watching is a match of the Rookie Rumble 2025, and with that, it has a very special flag set that we are using. Some of the things that are notable about this flag set are that you start with the wood sword and with 8 bombs, so it makes getting around, at least on the overworld, a little easier to get started, to really get you moving. What we also have here are some interesting flag sets in regards to heart container requirements. The white sword item takes anywhere from 4 to 6 hearts, like it does in a lot of flag sets. However, the white sword item is always guaranteed to be the magical rod. In addition, the magical sword can be obtained with a minimum of 10 heart containers, not the vanilla 12, not the 10 to 14 range, randomly like you see in some flag sets. It always is going to be available at 10. So you're going to see some interesting choices being made here when runners discover those take any caves early. And speaking of discovery, they're going to start making discovery over here in the Dead Woods. This is another interesting thing here in the flag set that you see Dr. Torstel taking advantage of immediately, is the fact that there is an opening right there at the end of the Dead Woods that can take you straight into the graveyard without needing to screen scroll. So you're also going to notice that when it comes to Eastern Death Mountain, you're going to see a couple bridges on that river there that would normally separate, like, right above Vanilla Level 1 to like where Forgotten Spot is, and the rest of Death Mountain and whatnot. That's, again, to make it a little easier for some of the rookies here to access those places without needing to screen scroll. Oh, the aforementioned Magic Sword is there at Vanilla 6, so we will file that away for later. It's going to be a little bit before they can get that. Like I said, they need at least 10 hearts. They also need to navigate what it seems to be a fairly nasty overworld so far, as we have twin blue Lionel snipes on our race here that will be sending both of them back to start. So
absolutely. So immediate divergence. As you saw Animus go to the Vanilla 3 location to obtain the medicine letter right there, whereas the Vanilla 6 location did have the Magic Sword location. Also, The tracker we were trying to keep anonymous was spoiled by Diesel Pilot, which, you know, you love to see. We were trying to keep Coke's identity, you know, as Batman right here. And we have found 8 and 5 on Dr. Torso's
we also found 5. So these are 8. You might be a little more encouraged to dig early because you do have a weapon of some sort. There are 2 items in here, so you might want to come across them. Speaking of items and what you might come across, this is another interesting part of this flag set here. The fact that hints are always helpful. So, getting those hints when you have an opportunity is a very good idea. And we see here that the Armos item was a heart container.
So 8 is ladder locked right out the rip, also tutor locked, as you can see by the Jasandi blocking it right there, which is my loving name for our Dig Dogger. And we do have some Hershey's Kisses there, where Animus is going to be doing some battles. And we do have Bunnies in Wild for Dr. Torso. And these price packs, we had 63 for large, 33 for medium.
63 is very low.
Yeah, this is going to be a poverty seed. I can sense it.
In this flag set, that range can be anywhere from 50 to 150. So the fact that it's 63 is way, way on the lower side. All right, Animus has had enough of 8. Finds gambling right next to it. That is not too far from the starting spot, so it might be interesting to see if either of our runners try to do some safe scum strats to see if they can get some money later on in the seed. Because as you mentioned, that big secret is rather small, so money is going to be a little more sparse than it normally would. So do runners want to maybe see if they can gamble and earn some money, as Torsten stumbles across 9. Don't need that now, but good to file away for later.
Yeah, not too far away from the vanilla start location, which is where our blue candle is for 53 buckaroos.
Fantastic.
We have a bow location, you know, bow lock location with that Goma right there. Does you know, give a nice little fireball right there to the kidneys of Animus United. So that's never a good feeling. Was trying to get through with a block skip, gets Dikembe Mutombo, and now we can start doing some of our burn checks. Yeah. So we're going to start doing some Pyromania checks. And 14, 33, and 63. This is, poverty incoming. Let's get our GoFundMe set up.
Yeah. Animus taking another death here to this Goma. Trying to, I mean, now this staircase here is, quote, bow locked. As you can see, there is the opportunity to block clip into those diamond blocks to get into that staircase. However, having to do it under the duress of Goma constantly firing at you, if you are not a more seasoned veteran of doing these block clips where you could essentially do them with your eyes closed, this is going to be a bit of a challenge. But as we've already seemed to see here, Animus is rather determined to get in there, and they do, and it is the boomerang. Okay.
Yeah, totally worth it for the yellow banana. You're getting your vitamin K. You know, I totally agree with it. Worthy of the multiple deaths. Yeah. So
I mean, here's the thing. Animus is discovering this at the 5-minute mark. So they don't really have anything else in their arsenal right now except for the bombs that they started with. So it's better than nothing. I mean, obviously, if we're 45 minutes into this seed, Animus probably skips that without hesitating. But considering where you're at right now, I mean, like, what else you got?
You know what? I would not skip it just because of the fact it does give you the ability to stun. Yes. And at this point, you do have only the wood bonker, you know, because wood sword is not good. It really isn't. I mean, it is an attack weapon, but it's not good at all. So I'd rather have the ability to stun and stab. At least it's some form of protection, because bombs are limited in quantity and you do need them for exploration purposes. So those of you in chat who are saying,
"Oh, Animus paid off here with their perseverance on this room and finds the second item in 8, and that is the recorder." Now, is the only good this is going to do right now is the check that I think Animus is on the way to do right now, which is to check Recorder Lake. No Triforce is grabbed yet, so this does not do anything particular. Okay, so this is not a Recorder blocked seed, at least not yet. That was just a bait shop, and that's fine. Meanwhile, Torstol is over here in level 7. I did not catch where he entered this level, but he is trying to make his way through this room because this could push, trying to despawn some of the more difficult enemies in here, namely the blue dark nuts, because especially with the wood sword, they just are very time-consuming to kill.
With regards to the recorder, now this is great for combat.
This is fantastic for Torstol. Is going to get a white sword. Because he already has the 4th heart container, there's an opportunity for him to grab the magical rod once he discovers it. He's got a 1 in 3 chance. But in the meantime, you want those too. Now, of course, there's also the technique where you can do a double press, where you can press both B and A at the same time while you have the rod equipped, and you can essentially swing them both, and both of them will register, assuming, of course, the rod can do damage to it. This obviously doesn't work on things like Wizrobes and whatnot, but essentially you can essentially contrive magic sword damage along with the white sword. You know, and speaking of the white sword, he's trying very hard to use bombs to kill this red dark nut. When he has the white sword and can kill it in 2 hits, I feel like he was just a bit too committed to that method there, and it actually ends up costing him, and now he's out. Okay, now we see where level 7 is. A lot of levels pretty closely packed right around the start, including level 9. They're all within about 6 screens of start, which is in a corner, by the way. So pretty interesting setup here. Maybe the need for that recorder to get around to places won't be such a big deal, unless, of course, we define like 2 levels up in like Casino Corner or something like that.
Now this is great. $25 blues. So we're going to use math here, and we're going to buy 2 blues to make a red. We're going with the Adirondack Rick School of Potion Buying. Oh man, this is great.
So this is a pretty interesting strat, considering that Animus is at 3 hearts and green tunic to buy 2 potions. Doesn't have a candle yet. We know that the price of those 2 potions is the price of that candle once that shop comes around. And as we see Animus getting a big secret here. So this is a really curious choice, I gotta say, to be insistent on getting potions when basically, if they want to make any use out of it right now, they would need to use the potion, like, right now, after taking 1 hit. So,
honestly, don't understand Annie's choice of not getting the candle, because that does open up several checks.
Yeah. Now, has Animus seen the candle shop? That's my question.
Yes, he had, and he had $53 exactly, and dodged it. So I probably in the interview will ask him why he did that.
Yep.
So, because now we're under the $53 mark.
Mm-hmm. And this will be interesting to see as we keep going on. The advantage that Torstol may or may not get from have. Oh, okay. Well, there's the candle. Okay. The Animus making us all look foolish. Why buy a candle when I can just get one for free? And it wasn't even at the expense of a heart container from a take any. So Animus is Animus making the big brain play here. Actually, Animus just kind of got lucky and it worked out. But you know, sometimes a randomizer, that's what you need.
You know what? I think Animus is, now that I think about it, because I forgot Take Any Caves exist. Mm-hmm. But then again, in the last tournament that I did commentary for, they didn't have candles in the Take Any Caves, so that's why my brain wasn't working. He may be wanting to save for arrows at this point.
Possibly. We'll have to ask in the interview, because again, I mean, it worked out in the end, but at the time, I mean, obviously, I have to preface this by saying I'm being subjective here, but that was the wrong play. Now, does it work out in the end?
If the Take Any Caves exist, and it only has a wood sword and a blue candle, and he buys the blue candle, then that renders Take Any Caves useless because you already have the wood sword. And if you buy the blue candle and you happen to come across a Take Any Cave, then there's nothing for you to gain from it. Yeah. So it would be better for you to just save your money for an arrow and just go ahead and buy medicine with it. So I understand his logic behind that. He wants to make sure he gets some use out of it. Because normally, so I understand that. I can understand that justification right there. Now, if we were in the Torneo Corto flags, then where there is no blue candle, then yeah, you totally have to buy it. But in this flag set, you don't have to. So, yeah, I kind of get it now. I just didn't understand the flag set. So that's 100% my bad.
So Torstal is now doing what Animus is already doing. Already dug that boomerang, the first item out of 8, had some of the same troubles that Animus did with the block clip. Now has the recorder and is not going to up an A. So this tells me that Torstal is hoping to maybe just go ahead and kill this dig dogger right here, which with a white sword would have been easier, but death overcomes him yet again. There's our blue ring shop. Vanilla price for bombs.
Rumble flag set, those areas are auto bridged.
Yes.
Wait a second!
I was mentioning that. I saw somebody talking about this here in chat. Yeah, so on those two screens there leading, from east to west into Death Mountain, there are little bridges that have been put there, as well as that little connector there in the Lost Woods to the grave area, to allow runners to get over there without needing to screen scroll. Or the step ladder, of course. Here we see our bait block that seems to be pointless.
That is just sweet of them.
Yeah.
To help out the rookies.
So, all right, Torstal is going to up A and is still here in 8, despite having both items. Is still digging 8 with and just throwing himself
for the heart
into.
Container.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there are better ways to do it. Like with the candle that you have, go burn bushes, find some take any's. But continue to bang your head against the wall here with a flags. I'm sorry, with an enemy set here in this level that is not the greatest for those on the weaker side here. And by weaker, I mean obviously their arsenal. I don't know if this is time well spent. Really wants to kill this dig dogger, I suppose. It's personal now after the first death.
Alright, so that does kind of take...
Gets him a key.
I'm going to put my tinfoil hat on. So put your tinfoil hats on. And this is because I do know Dr. Torstal personally. Dr. Torstal plays a lot like me. And he could possibly be key farming. Because 8s tend to be large.
Yeah.
And, you do have the possibility to farm keys. So, looking for the for the heart, which would be a lot nicer for the wand, which would give the projectile if white sword item is a thing. And, you know, the more keys, the merrier. It allows for easier movement in other dungeons. Also, our cookie overlord has just raided us. You know, CD has just joined us. Welcome. Hope your stream went very well. This is a matchup between two of SMB3's ours finest here. And so we have Doc going through and doing some extra exploring, and 8, which I believe is looking for some keys and possibly a heart container for the white sword item. We have Animus in 7, so eventually we'll get that white sword. And I am not known as Baby Ganon today. I'm just plain old Crystal. Imagine that, folks. And this is, yeah, Doc is out. So we're at 3 keys. Kind of healthy right now.
Yeah.
You know, for doing some exploring.
Yeah.
I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be okay right now.
Yeah.
Because
you know, and listen, I get the value of wanting to mess around in levels and try to grab some supplies, keys, bombs, even money, things like that, and obviously heart containers and items. But at this juncture, I'm more wanting to do this in maybe like levels 2 through 5 as opposed to 8, especially when I've already got both items out of there. That's the main value of 8. You don't need a Triforce right now less than 20 minutes in, especially when it's so close to start. I would be looking for supplies in places where it's a little easier to get them, and also maybe collect some heart containers on the way, because as we know, Animus did purchase a candle and therefore can start burning bushes if they want.
Tends to play because he plays Z3 in a similar way. Okay. He tends to dig deep in dungeons. Like he will. Okay. This is just kind of like his play style, and both of them, you know, tend to do bomb strats against enemies, even though they have the white sword. Melee combat is not their thing.
Yeah.
And you do really want to dig deep. You know, we have a tendency, especially because I'm a Z3 player myself, we have a tendency to just want to full clear if we can, because we don't want to have to go back into it. Because if we have to double dip a dungeon, it's like feels bad man territory.
Yeah.
It really is.
Ooh, we see a bomb upgrade, and Torstol goes ahead and takes it. It only gives him an extra maximum of 2, which it can roll anywhere between 2 and 6. But you know what?
$119? Oh, that is terrible.
Yeah, I'd rather hold 10 bombs than 8. So you know there is definitely value to that. So so now we're gonna keep going through 5. Oh, we're gonna find. Well, you've got lots of bombs. If you're looking to, we were talking about bomb strats with blue whiz robes and 1 heart.
I think these whiz robes. I think these whiz robes rolled up.
No, now that's another thing about this flag set. There is it is vanilla enemy and boss HP, so there is no rolling of HP in this flag set. So they will always take 10. They will always have 10 HP.
Wow!
Yeah. So
then white sword stabbies it is. NSU here with a level 6 little orange baby Goma that's just too adorable for words. But what's not adorable are the fireballs that you're catching right to your face, you know. This 5 is
orange
not
with robes with white sword. There you go. This we can manage. Unfortunately, there's a map. The frame rate on Torstol's display when the orange wizards are flickering in, you couldn't see. I see them solid here. Okay, Before I wasn't seeing them at all. Like, I can't see them at all. There they are, apparently. Ah! Another heart container there. That's going to make it a little easier for Torstol to get overworld weaponry as the game goes on.
And that 5 looks like an Atari MOA emote, you know? It's a thing. And here we go. We're playing a dodgeball with the Goma again and losing that battle. And we got some land mows on deck.
Yep.
And we are
fast ones at that can kill him in one hit and do exactly that. So Torstol suffering another death here, but did get a key and a heart container right before expiring. So did get some value there.
And baby, now we have Animus in 5.
And thinking they're going to try to bomb, but they have to use a key there. We know this, based on what Torstol has already done. Yeah, no thank you, Landmos. I'm just going to go ahead and go this way, where murder is not extremely likely.
And we got a slow-moving Sandy right there, and we got one heart, half heart, Dr. Torstol versus some bats right here.
Yep. All right, now, what I would like for Torstol to remember is that after he does the toot here with his that little dig dogger that comes up can be stunned by the boomerang that he picked up. So, if he wanted to stun lock it in place and guarantee getting through there, he could, but instead he is going to dip. And that's all for 5 for now. And Animus, pretty much right behind him, makes the exact same choice. And then the Lionel chooses death instead. So, we're going to go back to the beginning. And Blue Gorilla's choose to just snipe at an alarmingly effective rate. Torstol, Helga Bunny, he's going to go back to start as well. So we're seeing a lot of early deaths here so far. Now, if you're seeing if you're dying a lot early, and you're seeing all of these high-level dungeons, 5, 7, 8, nearby you, those are the only ones that you're really digging, and you're seeing not great enemy sets. At what point do you kind of shift gears and say, okay, you know what? I need to get beefier. I need to maybe find more heart containers, save up for the blue ring. Let's go check the coast, see if maybe the red ring is there. We already know a heart container is underneath the Armos.
I mean, I would probably start having a Jerry Lewis marathon, and we have one on deck for Animus United. We are dipping one, and we are hoping that there are no tragic enemies in this one.
Yeah.
But it is key heavy. Oh, no.
Completely free heart container as soon as you come in. One tends to be very key heavy, so there's a power bracelet right on the floor.
All right, everybody, we have the croissant here.
Croissant?
Yes, we have the croissant. And, oh no, that's not good.
And we have a ladder block as well. At least in this direction. There were other ways to go. Okay, all that does is open the door. It doesn't drop anything interesting.
Now,
we have our floor item already.
Yeah. Alright, we're gonna have to burn that key.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Here's our map. That's helpful.
Oh, it's blocked. It's 100% blocked.
Yeah, that is a hard block. Animus is now realizing this, and they realize they are currently done in level 1. So, we are going to need that step ladder. We pretty much knew that. Didn't need a block to tell us that, and we were going to get it eventually.
Yeah, trying to get a $250 blue ring in here is you're gonna have to murderize a lot of things here, you know. And it doesn't help when you find 15 buckaroos going in the arms of the angels, you know, with the muggaroons, and that is some feels bad man territory. And now Animus is broken than a Joker, and this is really this is rude. and the entrance to Vanilla 1 being gatekept by a lot of things, throwing a lot of unnecessary projectiles at you. And even
here are hints.
The hints are expensive. You know, you have Nordstrom priced hints here, and Neiman Marcus priced everything. I mean, and you're literally on Dollar Tree tuna money. And this is not good.
So the hints can, in this flag set, they can cost anywhere from 10 to 60 rupees. I did a seed the other day where one of the hints was in the 40s, the other two were in the 50s. It cost me, it was like a grand total of about 160 rupees to get the hints. Now, of course, save scumming is a thing. Where did we see that? Oh, it was in Vanilla 1, that's right. Okay. So, not terribly close to start. That is going to make, if we want to save scum this, a little more time consuming, but at this point, we don't have much dungeon knowledge. We really only know 7 and 8. We know half of 1. We don't even know what our coast item is. So...
everything hurts.
Was in that area, and is no longer in that area. So,
yes, chat. We can't even afford food pantry tuna, you know, and your small pack can't even qualify for the mugger. You know, you end up owing the mugger $1. So this is kind of rough, and everything hurts. I have to ask, Vani, what are our chances of making it to the coast? I mean, you need medicine just to make it to the coast. You have to phone a friend and literally have someone come in and have your back because everything is hurting hard.
Well, I tell you what, if I was, this is tough. Oh, we find level 4. Okay, level 4 in the southern bracelet spot. So this is a bracelet required seed. Let's find what see what Animus gets out of here. So, to answer your question, if I'm having a hard time getting from point A to point B because there's so many enemies in the way, this is where I'm going to start looking around the map for my take any roads. And I'm going to see if maybe one of them can plot me behind enemy lines and get me to where I want to go quickly and safely. However, we see Animus digging 4, which honestly I think is a very good play at this juncture, and we see Torstol hoofing it back over there, trying to walk his way over. Yeah, but I mean, this is strange. We're almost half an hour into the seed, and neither runner has even looked at what's on the coast. They both have the Armos item, which is nice. They know the magical rod is the white sword item because that's the flag set. But what's on the coast? We don't even know. Obviously, we can't pick it up. But it's great knowledge to have.
Survived long enough to make it to the coast. Like, everything has just been beating up our runners.
Yeah.
It reminds me of back when I was in high school. Everything is hostile. And it's pretty bad.
Yeah. So, this is... again, to go back to what you were asking me before, this is where you start to realize, okay, we got to find something here. Do we find a blue ring? Do we find any roads? Do we find some take any's to get me some more heart containers? What do we do? But there's got to be something, because oh shoot, we are stuck in here. Can we bomb through on the other side? That is a no. So this key was a complete waste. And let's see if Torstol is about to make the same discovery here and lose a key in the process. You can bomb up here. That's the answer. There's stairs. There's a compass. There's a dig dogger. And there's a transport. Okay. So, segmented 4. Teleports you right into the Triforce room, and there's no key to get through the door above. But here we go. At the 30-minute and 51-second mark, our first runner has gathered their first Triforce. That is...
and see, and the sad part is Animus does not have that extra key, but Doc does.
Yeah. But Doc is going to pick up that Triforce. Now, even though... So in this stair room here, there's an open door to the north, as well as a key-blocked one to the west, which it looks like we might be able to get around. So Animus still has some... still has an opportunity to find some things here. I don't think we found the heart... neither of them found the heart container in here yet.
No, not yet.
No. So that's still up for grabs. Which is important for Animus, because if they do grab it, then that will give them their 6, which means they are guaranteed to be able to pick up that white sword item. Now we see Torstol fighting that dig dogger and killing it, despite the fact that there was the compass already sitting on the floor when he entered the room, so killing that dig dogger really didn't accomplish anything other than maybe just making him feel better. But as far as anything tangible in the game, there was no purpose of that. Ah! We see a diamond stair here, but of course being chased by bubbles, which is truly awful no matter what the circumstances. But when you're trying to block clip, they seem to find a way. Oh, and Torstol having a high five with Animus, even though he found the room from a different direction. That's interesting. Torstol getting that block clip, getting in there, and getting himself the step ladder. Oh, what a discovery. All right, now it is at this point that I expect both of our runners to move heaven and earth to get over to that coast to get what is now going to be a completely free item.
Yep.
Okay, so
all right.
Torstol took a death there. The good news is that, and Animus is the same way, both of them have collected the Triforce out of here. So, and you see Torstol taking advantage of this right away, is going to whistle right back here and can resume his eastward trek. Oh my god, and another screen with just nothing but, oh wow. This is absolutely
what I'm talking about.
brutal.
So Animus used up one of his medicines already just to survive, and is trying to do that screen scroll.
Oh, very well done. Is able to get it. See, to me, I think going from the left to the right side. Oh, and of course, here's that any road. So I was talking about getting behind them, and you would have been able to do it. Here's one in Casino Corner.
Okay. Let's see where the 250 blue ring room takes you. Well, it's nothing.
Okay.
It's nothing.
Gonna stick around in Casino Corner here, actually. Not going to move. Meanwhile, Dr. Trollstol is headed up and around. I see. Okay, we're gonna try and find the beach this way, or get to the beach this way. More money for Animus. It's the small secret.
Yeah, may want to try to find a shop because, one hit and that's it for Animus.
Yeah.
Needs to be really careful right now.
Oh no! Torstol is... Oh, wow. Just barely got in there.
Diet life right now.
Because that blue Lionel had Torstol dead to rights. If it wouldn't have been for that burn bush absolutely rescuing him. Alright, he's only a couple screens away. Oh, we find level 3 over here on Animus' side. Oh, there's a heart.
We're going to probably update in just a minute. And we're going to see the coast item at last. I hope.
Well, the suspense builds. We're going to grab some money first. And then he is going to get himself a free red ring. Perfect!
That's exactly what the doctor ordered.
Excellent. All right. So, that just saves you $250. If you had any plans on buying the red ring, you can scrap those or buying the blue ring, that is. You can go ahead and throw those out because you've got yourself a superior item for free. So blind faith for these runners that are having a hard time here.
With what money? Our boys were broker than jokers.
Yep. Here we go. Here's our first take, any.
All right.
Now, Animus.
Interesting
thing here on Animus' side, seeing those Moldorms and having one bomb. Now, As I'm sure a lot of you know, there is a way to force enemies to drop bombs where if you can kill 9 of them without getting damaged and then use a bomb to kill that 10th enemy, if they drop anything at all, in that case it will be guaranteed to be a bomb. Now, every Moldorm room has 2 Moldorms with 5 segments. That's 10 enemies, essentially. You can go ahead and take a hug from the Moldorm, set your counter to 0, and then just kill it, and use the bomb to kill the last segment, and it's basically a guaranteed bomb drop. We are now seeing here that we have a hard ladder block in 3 that is not allowing us to go through. So Animus, who has not gotten the ladder yet, although has been in 4.
He has the ladder.
Oh, he does? Oh, the tracker does not reflect that. I forgot that he picked that up. So then we are just really, really wanting to kill that red dark nut. There we go. Okay, yeah. All right. Now the tracker reflects it. Very good. Okay, so now we are deeper into 3. Only about 10 or so more rooms to check. And I have a feeling this is something that will be worth Animus's while. Go ahead and try to reset the red dark nuts, maybe? Okay, let's see what's in here. Could be anything. Or it could be nothing.
Bats are worthless. Believe in no bats.
Here we go. Okay, so here's where another one of those take any's takes us. Not too far from where the second one did. And into level 3 we go here for Torstol. And let's see how he approaches this. Animus is going to burn that second potion that they bought.
Yeah, eventually he's gonna get that red ring.
Yep.
But I kind of like... Ooh,
that's an up A moment right there. No bow, locked in with the Goma.
Oh, just wasted a medicine for nothing.
I know, that is rather unfortunate, but...
That is real unfortunate.
Yeah. So now, Torstol is essentially right on Animus's heels. He might suffer the same fate that Animus did, getting locked into that room with the Goma. Or maybe he sees the compass and goes straight for the Triforce. I doubt it. I'm guessing that Torstol will want to look for items in here. Absolutely. There's no reason why you don't. Especially having cleared out everything before it, and you see there's only about, 5 rooms, not including the one that has a Triforce. Here's our stairs. You can just push the block. No need to get fancy. But you can pick up that magic key, and I'm sure you'll be happy about that.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Magic key in 3. So the early levels have been the ones delivering here. Power Bracelet in 1, Magic Key in 3, Ladder in 4.
Hopefully it's not bow-locked like Goma. Yeah. There we go. And the bats actually had the Triforce, and we're out. You know. And so no chat.
Yeah.
3 is a Naga. Alright, so...
and this is interesting too. We now have a Whistle warp point that's like directly 1 screen away from an Any Road. So, this, if Animus... I think only Torstol is the one that's seen the Any Roads here, or at least saw the one that was there. So once Animus discovers this is going to be huge, because they will now be able to... move around, especially considering their starting spot, which is in Dead Woods, to be able to get over to the forest very quickly and then be able to Any Road from there should really make getting around this overworld much easier at this point. So I want Animus to go north to discover this Any Road after they do this Armos check here.
Yeah.
Okay, not a whole lot to buy there, especially after having the Any key. After obtaining the any key, that is.
Yeah,
And it's going to go south instead. That's fine, because if they're heading to the coast to get their red ring, then we can't possibly be mad about that.
yeah, we're going to Peanut over here,
yeah.
and we're going to get that heart container.
Here's our third take any that we've seen now.
And you said 10 was all you needed for a mags, right?
That's right. It's a hard minimum of 10, and that's it. So Animus only needs one more. And we know there's more in the area. There's one just north of where that any road is, and one just to one screen west of where that any road is. So very convenient to get to.
The red ring going to pick up in just a second.
Yep. Torstol, speaking of picking things up, he now has his Triforce in 3 and will have the same advantage as far as moving around the overworld that Animus does, but doesn't quite realize yet. Will soon, hopefully.
Oh. If I was Animus right now, I'd be going right to 1. Because 1 we knew was hard ladder lock, but it was also very small. You go in there, you quickly finish it. You know, we have what we need for the most part.
Yeah.
Just go in there, start clearing dungeons, because we need bow and we need silvers. That's all we really need.
I feel like it was maybe about no more than 15 minutes ago, we were talking about, oh my god, this overworld is so treacherous, they're so squishy, this is dangerous, blah, blah, blah. Now I'm looking at Animus, who has red ring, white sword, and 9 heart containers. And I'm thinking, Animus is in great shape here and needs to really start getting more aggressive with moving around here.
We need, we need to go to 1. That's where he needs to go.
Yeah.
Clear 1, and then, you know, I think 5 was not that far away. You know, go to 5. Because 1, more likely than not, Dr. Torsel has 10 hearts. I'd be getting mags if I were him.
Yep.
You know.
That's right. Oh, we did just grab a 10th, yes. So, and we know where it is. I marked it. I swear I did. Oh, yes, it's Vanilla 6. So that is not terribly far from start. So that is the kind of thing where as soon as Torstol has any sort of reason, whether it be by up A or death or whatever it is, to go back to start, as soon as that happens, I'm heading straight into the grave and getting my magic sword.
You got to. You really got to.
Yeah.
Because at this point, you know that the enemies are tough. There's bunnies in the wild. These are enemies you don't have a bow for. You have to go with what can kill these enemies quick. And we found 6.
Yeah, we sure have.
And we're in a good position. Oh, Ganon's not home. This and has a rupee boss. Boo!
Exactly. Yeah. Ganon opening up a Verbo service. Here's where our wand was. I didn't catch where they walked in. It's right there. Okay. So, even though you've got the white sword and you even know where the magic sword is, even though she can't get it quite yet. There's that take any. That'll get to number 10 for Animus. So Animus, who I believe has the same knowledge of the magic sword, is now in the exact same boat as Torstol, where they have that knowledge of just being able to go over and get that magic sword if they want. Let's push this. We still have yet to discover level 2, I believe. We found all the others. 2 is the only one that eludes us so far. And let's see if maybe Animus can stumble across that. But if they go north, they're going to stumble across 6. And it'll be interesting to see what they do once they get in there. Oh, they're going to go check this bomb spot first and then come back to 6.
Literally nothing they need to buy.
Yeah.
Yeah, here we go. The 6 play for Animus as well.
Both of them now in 6. You know, and here's the thing. I'm looking at their inventories, and considering where they're at, the only difference here is Animus has a wand. Other than that, these two runners are in pretty much identical situations right now. Torstol has a slight lead here in 6 as far as depth and exploration goes, but other than that, these runners are basically neck and neck in virtually every measurable fashion. So this is, you know, and 47 minutes now into a race, this is what you want to see. So this is good stuff. It'll be interesting to see.
The one good thing about on Animus' side, he has the projectile advantage with the wand.
He does.
So,
he does. Which will help him get a little caught up here in 6 to what, you know, what Torstol has already been doing.
Because considering the enemies, the wand has the better kill capacity.
Yeah. You know, something that occurred to me when you were talking about money, as we see Animus picking up even a little more here, is that with Animus not needing to purchase Red Ring, that maybe Animus, once they, you know, the next time they up A as well, maybe they choose to save and let's go check out some of those hints. Because while we have discovered a decent amount of stuff, we know what's in 3, 4, 7, and 8, and half of what's in 1. We do not know where the bow is. We do not know. We found out level 5 has the book, the hint we see on Torstol's side. So that's a nice hint. So that means that our bow has to be in 1, 2, or here in 6. So that is that's another flag set here for the Rookie Rumble, is that important items cannot be in 9. So you're not going to see raft, stepladder, bow, anything like that. You can see silvers in there, however. We are going to see a hint in 9. We potentially could. About the red candle is here in 6. So that tells us our bow is either in 1 or 2.
Yeah, and that's something that Doc has not found. So
yeah. Now Doc, with the items they've already collected and that knowledge, especially if they dig that candle, that red candle here out of 6, should know that bow is in either 1 or 2, and we know where 1 is, and we know it was ladder locked, which he can get into now. So I really do think, aside from grabbing that magic sword as soon as they have a chance, that should be the very next play, is to just make an absolute beeline to level 1 and get what we need from there.
And Triforce is in this room, so Animus is out. Animus is cleared all he needs from here.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Now, even with Animus not having that hint about the book in 5, I'm still making that exact same play to go to 1. Because we know 1 is a small level. You need to clear it anyway. And yeah. I mean, here's the thing. You're 50 minutes into the seed. You've now picked up just your 3rd Triforce piece. It can be very easy to feel like perhaps you are a bit behind. So I think maybe kind of putting a little extra gas into getting caught up there is...
Take you to completed dungeons or incomplete dungeons?
It only takes you to ones where you have grabbed the Triforce, so completed, yes. Okay, blue ring shop, don't need that. What's at the top of the waterfall here? Yeah, so our only items where we don't know where they are silvers, bow, Raft, and the magical boomerang. Now, by process of elimination, because bow and raft are considered important items, that's what's in 1 and 2. So we know that silver arrows will be in level 9.
Yeah.
So that is going to be a very, very intriguing factor here for what the runners are doing. And speaking of what they're doing, Animus is going to go ahead and take that free refill with the up and A, and they are going to head straight up to get their magic sword. Okay, now this is step 1 of what they need to be doing right now.
Agree wholeheartedly with that.
Step 2 should be to head immediately to level 1, which is it's at that southern part of Candle Row. Let's see what Animus chooses to do here. Okay, not up and A, at least not yet. Okay, the only thing I can say here, as far as what I'm thinking is going on with Animus, is they have 10 bombs. They can basically full clear Death Mountain here, especially having Magic Sword, Red Ring, and 11 full hearts. Getting through this area here, yeah, that's the only thing they should be looking for right now. We've seen enough take-any's. You've got your Magic Sword. You've got your White Sword item. There is nothing else to find. I wouldn't even be too worried about finding an arrow shot, because what bow are you going to use to fire them? You know, we don't have that yet. So this has to be a search for 2.
That's the only thing I can fathom from it as well, because we know we need 2. That's the only thing we need at this point.
Yeah. Now, if Animus finds it up here and full clears it, that's going to be a big advantage for them, because they will have that already done, and we don't know when Torstol will decide to go into Death Mountain. Here's our 4th take any. Nice, but not even close to necessary. That was not the prize they were looking for here, or at least it shouldn't have been. Prize needs to be level 2. Extremely expensive hints. I don't think with Animus's money right now that they would have been able to afford all 3.
No. Barely could, maybe.
Yeah, maybe it would have been very close.
But it would have been too much of a sink.
Yeah. All right. I'll tell you this though: if I'm Animus and I come out of Death Mountain without finding level 2, I'm not feeling great. I'm feeling very discouraged over what will end up being a waste of several minutes. So, I think whoever finds level 2 first, honestly, that's going to be a big turning point in this seed.
Is this quest 1 overworld?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
No, it is strictly first quest. Okay. Sail over the wall. Oh! Oh my goodness! So that means that the item in 1 is the raft, 2 is raft blocked. Oh my good. Yeah, and there we go. There's confirmation that 1 has the raft.
Okay. That's all you need. That's
massive.
All you need. Oh man.
Fire the arrow to locate the boomerang. Okay, we knew it was under that Goma there, even though you didn't technically, quote, need
that last one.
Wow, that was a massive hit. Even at the expense of having to wear the cost of all of those hints, that was an absolutely massive choice that Animus made there.
Everyone in chat, you already know this is a K-Tap approved seed. Put your thumbs up. So
if Animus is not heading to level 1 right now, then I give up. I don't know what else to say.
See, that's why I said we have to speedrun getting to 1.
Yeah.
So we know now that the blue banana is going to be a 9, along with the
silver. Yeah. So
we'll have
a silver arrow and a zonk.
Yes. All right, here we go. We're
All right,
one.
back into one.
And that information is indispensable. And
Yeah.
unfortunately,
Ooh, Torstol can't buy. Yeah, and the funny thing is it was the hint on the left that was the one to sail over, and he can't afford that one. He's trying to kill here. I'm wondering if he's maybe just trying to scrape enough money together just to get that one hint. I'm curious. Don't need to grab that key there, Animus. You need to grab that raft.
Muscle memory. That is muscle memory right there.
Yep.
But that is unfortunate because
oh, never mind. Big secret here for Torstol that's going to give the money to buy at least 2 hints, and hopefully they get the ones that they need, which is that you need the raft, and that raft is in 1. Was he going to gamble? Jack returns to the dead woods. Don't need that information.
I hope Doc just arbitrarily goes to 1.
No, I think we're heading
to 7.
Heading to 7. Why?
I mean, it has to be done, but that's not gonna help.
Okay, well, we need the Triforce out of here. Okay, it's in the next room over.
I mean, it has to be done.
That is not why we're here.
Ooh, but that's a big level. That's not gonna help.
We saw the power bracelet on the floor, so we know it's a staircase item, and we know it's not in here. Gonna go ahead and elect to scroll out the room. Yes, the raft was indeed recorder blocked. Because I'm guessing it's in here.
Somewhere just Sandy is wearing the biggest smile right now, because that is the just Sandy special. There it is.
There's your raft.
And you know, if Leslie was anywhere around, Leslie would be burning that raft into oblivion.
Yeah.
Like, really.
Yeah. So as we see Animus doing what we know they absolutely need to do here, and with Torstol doing whatever it is that he's doing here in 7, this is now giving Animus a decided advantage in this race.
Oh, yeah.
And we need to mention here, is this 2 right here? Is it just right here? It is not. Okay, so it's over in the northeastern corner. But with Animus having such a big advantage here,
yeah,
and with Animus having a 1-0 lead in this series, this is starting to look a lot like Animus is going to be making their way to the second round. And when they do, that will get them to the round of 32, where they will have a match-up with the 9th seed Flurry. So that is what awaits the winner of this. That's what awaits the winner of this series. So
that is going to be a great matchup.
It definitely will.
Flurry play, and Flurry is some stiff competition.
Flurry is a seasoned rando player. I know Flurry does a lot of free enterprise. So when it comes to randomizer races and tournaments, whatnot, Flurry is absolutely no stranger to that. Meanwhile, we have Animus here already into level 2 using... shoot, you can't do the time stopper here with the Wall Masters, realizing that immediately and resetting the room. Do not pick up that Triforce yet. You need to get your bow out of here.
Oh, yeah. That's great information, but we already know that they're our friend.
One thing that seems to commonly happen is this flag set is getting the hint about the location of the level that you're currently in.
Oh,
That
yeah.
seems to happen a lot in this.
Yeah,
So.
it's just like the old man saying, "It's dangerous to go alone. Take this." It's always a great thing. And 2 is slightly segmented. Just a little bit volley. I just felt like saying volley for some reason.
Okay, well, go ahead. That's fine.
Yeah, you just gotta have those make your
Those
own
moments.
name.
Those moments.
You gotta have your choose your own adventure, and you gotta have your star bomb references for those who are the OGs back in the day of YouTube in it. And
Ooh.
this is
is the bow on the floor here? No,
Nope.
It's not. Okay. Hoping maybe there was a double recorder block.
Oh wow,
Here.
Look at these rooms.
I really hope it's not in this room, because as it stands right now, Animus has no way of doing damage to those. I mean, maybe bombs would have reached, but that's kind of a tricky proposition. So Animus is going to go ahead and do damage instead. The rooms where they actually can. Can't drop in there. Get out of there.
Oh man. Zelda and Ganon not in their native habitats, folks.
Torstol's in 5 now, where he already knows the book is the item in here. I'll say it, I don't know what he's doing.
We're just getting Doritos.
Which is nice, but I feel like the time to have your primary objective being Dorito gathering is when you have a lot more knowledge about items and their locations. Which there's the bow for Animus. Speaking of items and their locations, that's a crucial one for Animus, as they're going to make their way on over to that Triforce. Which, here's the thing, only gives them their 5th one, so they still have some cleanup to do. This is probably going to be, other than, an absolutely devilish 9, where we know we are going to need to find the silver arrows. This Triforce cleanup might really be Torstol's only chance to get back into this if Animus discovers some sort of difficulties in getting them, locating them, what have you. We know that death probably isn't going to be an issue with so many hearts, red ring. Torstol going to go ahead and take that book in 5. I don't hate it. I just don't like the fact that he's here. I wish he was
endorsing literacy right now.
Yes.
He's embracing his inner LeVar Burton, and he's taking everybody for a journey on the reading rainbow.
Burton, the reading rainbow. Okay, I didn't realize it was going to be that kind of party.
Yes, it's in a book, The Reading Rainbow, and
shout outs to educational TV from the 70s and 80s.
Yes, and Animus had us doing math by getting all those hints, for Square One television. We'll go real old school for everybody.
Yeah.
But and now, I like. And see, we have chat now singing Butterfly in the Sky. We can go twice as high. But level 5 now for Animus.
Yeah.
So
speaking of level 5, hold on. Speaking of level 5, did Torstol collect the Triforce out of 5?
Yes.
Okay, I don't see it on the tracker, but I assume that there it is. Okay. Okay, good. So they have done that.
Well, you see, our dear tracker probably has Spectrum internet, which means we operate on a 30-minute delay because Spectrum be Spectruming. And
Yeah.
yes, I have Spectrum, so I know the struggle. I know the struggle. And Animus, for the heck of it, is going for all heart containers. You know, you gotta respect the hustle.
Yeah. Listen, if it's sitting on the floor and it's basically in your path, there's no reason why you don't pick it up.
You need to tell him again to do that in Z3 when he does the heart attack strats, because that's my co-op partner in Z3. So yeah, it gives me heart trouble.
Yeah.
But
Now so this is what I was talking about here. Animus is hunting for the Triforce in 5. That's the only thing they can be doing. And we happen to know that it's up in the northern part, but here they are clearing out the western part, and this time that they're spending here could be time that Torstol can use to hopefully get caught up here. But I mean, he's got to get into level 1 like yesterday, otherwise this race is Animus's to win. Like, I'm hoping that he finds this Triforce very soon and can get to that, because yeah, the window is closing for him. The window of opportunity to win this race is on its way shut. So we found ourselves a private room in 8. Normally these are reserved for 9, but 8 decided to have one as well. Little VIP bottle service, and he's just gonna go ahead and up and A out of there.
about to get the Dorito power, okay. So we got nacho cheese for
and that's bad news for Torstol, because not only does Animus have a Triforce lead, but they have the bow, and it's now it's just cleanup time. Yeah, he's gonna head straight over to 7, which is on this screen right here. Nope, gonna do 8 first. Okay, that's fine. Doesn't really matter what order you do them in. You gotta do them both. So, and they are within 2 or 3 screens of one another. So, actually no.
It takes the obligatory sword to the glute.
Torstol suffering a death they really could not afford to, and at this point it is slipping away rapidly. This was the boomerang room. All right, Animus gonna head north. Now, did okay, I'm seeing here now. I'm answering my own question, which is no. Torstol did not pick up the compass in here, so we do not know where the Triforce is. Torstol needs to find it first. Just hard stop. If Animus leaves here with this Triforce first, it's pretty much a wrap at that point. Animus gonna go ahead and just do some face tank strats here. You know what? You've got red ring, you've got 13 hearts, and you've got that mad. Oh, I'm sorry. Check that. Make that 14 hearts. To go in there and just basically berserker your way through blue dark nuts. You can do that. Do your thing.
Animus is a Mario player, former world record holder in Sonic, where you just take damage on the chin. Who needs a shield? You just take it with your face, and you gotta respect the hustle.
Yep.
And no compass yet. That is what both of our runners are looking for. No Dorito in that room, so we're gonna yeet ourselves out. This is obviously segmented.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see who can find the cool ranch right now. I don't know. Oh, we're up and aim.
Yeah, now, how much have we seen in what's the northeast here? I see that Torstol has an opportunity to go right, and he will. So this might be the way that pays dividends. There's the bait block we know is pointless. And here's a room that we know is pointless as well. So I'm thinking, just by process of elimination, that Torstol is on his way to picking up this Triforce, which is absolutely critical for him at this juncture.
Yeah.
Ah, that's not it. And here's the nice thing, too. The only levels that Torstol has left to do at this point are 1 and 2, which is, you know, get the raft in 1, get the bow in 2. So he's just gonna get there because, again, he has, just by process of elimination, he will literally have nothing else to do.
And both of those levels are extremely short. So
They are. Especially one which they've already cleared out the first half of it before they got to the ladder block. So his trip through 1 should be rather quick.
The only thing is, he doesn't know where 2 is, and he hasn't done the mountain.
That's right. He does not have the hint about sailing over the water. So he might continue to do other checks. Now, the fact that the item in 1 being the raft
may force him to do a raft check.
may just plant the idea in his brain. Oh goodness, do I have to use this? We know the answer is yes. Still hasn't found the Triforce. I could have sworn it was going to be in one of these rooms here. Does this block push? It does
and
not.
Animus here is going, and I still haven't found what I'm looking for. So we are going full Blano here for both of our runners because they still haven't found what they're looking for. Animus up-aing again. Woo!
Oh my god, somebody in chat has said it. That Goma that's protecting the staircase that had the boomerang, that might be where the Triforce is. That one right there that Animus is looking at. Triforce might be in that room right there. Which means obviously arrows will need to be purchased because we know silvers are in 9. So this is a
awful, y'all.
We have a power bracelet required, raft required, arrow purchase required. Oh, never mind. That is not the case. It was under the dig dogger here in 8. Torstol has found it first, and not a moment too soon, because now we see Animus going the wrong direction in 8 in a search for this Triforce, and that is huge news for Torstol because they cannot waste any time getting caught up here. As he goes back into 8, what is he doing? What could he possibly be doing in here? Thinking. I hope his screen isn't frozen. Actually, I'm kind of hoping it is, because I hope he's moving towards his next objective. I see the timer going on, so that tells me no. I'm guessing maybe Torstol is just staring at his tracker and wondering what's next? Torstol's taken a long time to think here. Finally leaves. Where is he going now? I'm dying to know. Back into 8 inexplicably. And back out of 8. This is some strange behavior from Torstol here. Torstol is going to whistle to 3, which is not all that close to 1. He thought about going into 3, said psych, is going to blow the whistle again. This is going to take him to 4, which Animus will not enter. Okay, 4 is not too far from 1. I really hope that's where he's headed. Because we know that's where he...
Animus got
Meanwhile,
lost in 8.
Animus left 8 without the Triforce. Oh boy. This is a critical development. Okay, they're going into 7. They need the Triforce in 7, and they already have the compass. So let's just get that. You need to do it anyway. But then you got to get back into 8, and you got to find that Triforce. This race just got really, really interesting. It looked like Torstol had it. It was just going to slip right through his fingers, but if he can pull that Raft and Triforce out of here quickly, he has a chance.
Went to the room where the Triforce was, but I don't think he killed one of the Wall Masters.
Okay, well now Torstol is heading in the right direction.
This is Annie's to lose, everyone.
It was. Well, okay.
It still is.
Animus maybe is one room away from the Triforce. Yes. Okay, that blows open. That was critical.
He has to go back to 8.
Right. Has the advantage of having cleared the vast majority of the level, so knows a lot of places not to check. But
he needs to find the compass.
Yeah. Which I don't think Torstol found. I don't remember seeing it on their side.
He needs to go back to... What is... He's going to buy arrows. Oh no, he's looking for an arrow shop.
Okay.
And there is not an arrow
something
shop.
on the floor, Torstol.
There's not an arrow shop nearby. There was no compass in 8?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
I'm sorry, this seed was not just power bracelet locked. It was not just raft locked. It was not just arrow purchase locked. It was also recorder locked because you needed to use this here to open the on this dig dogger to open the door to get to the required raft. So all kinds of items necessary in this seed, making it quite the adventure for both of our runners.
Okay.
So here we go. So
Adam is going into 8, so
yeah.
He's going to fight that Goma.
Yes. Okay. Torstol is going to get his raft, and then shortly after is going to get his Triforce. Now, the real question is, and obviously I'm not looking at Torstol's track, so I don't know what he has or has not checked on the overworld. But at this point, does he know that he needs to use that raft? Because if the answer is yes, and he goes to use it immediately, then this race just got extremely interesting. Oh, there's the map in Goma's room, not the compass. Okay, so we see Torstol using this raft spot, not going to find what he looks for.
He's not that far away. That's the sad irony from where the Triforce is.
Mm-hmm. A whistle to 3 here would be really, really useful, and let's see if that's what Torstol's doing. He's using the whistle for something. It's going to take him to 4. Not quite what he needs.
Okay, Animus is
now he's
where
walking.
he needs to be.
Yeah, this makes me nervous. There's the Triforce. Okay, that's huge for Animus. So that is the 8th and final Triforce piece.
And Animus knows where 9 is.
now Animus is going to head to 9, which is just one screen to the west of Vanilla Start. So,
Yep.
not much of a walk here.
And Doc is not going to the other raft location, Vonnie.
Yeah, this is going to be a
didn't
fatal
know.
mistake.
No.
Well, what might make it a moot point is the fact that Animus is now in 9. Torstol has 2.
But look at the size of that
one
9.
Triforce piece left to collect. Oh, there is. Yeah, let's see. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 under maximum in here. So I believe that's going to be what, 57 runes, and we're going to have to find a room that has the silver arrows. That is really going to be the ultimate deciding factor here. Who finds the... Okay, Tech Types guard the compass. That's nice.
Everybody, you know what time it is.
Yep.
Chat. We are in level 9, which we are looking for not 2 things this time. We're looking for 3 things.
Yep.
Well, 4 if you are bananasaurs like me. But we are looking for the silver arrows.
Tech Types aren't even guarding the compass. They're just babysitting it.
Yeah. We are looking for a shutter door that's not going to open, that is going to hide our princess, which unfortunately it is not hiding our destined princess, which is Princess Manla. It's hiding Zelda. You know, she's going, help me, Link, help me, please. Oh, and the greatest Pig Overlord is going to be waiting in a room that is dark. So if you hear a roar that sounds like this, bah, 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 that is the canonically accurate Ganon roar, and you know you have found our Bacon Overlord. And that means we are one step closer to ending this game. You will get 1G, and we will be happily on our way. So, Animus getting that hint really saved the day. What do you think, Bonnie?
Well, I think that every time Animus opens up a staircase, they're going to be holding their breath, just praying that it's silvers and not the magic boomerang, because here's the thing: you're at an hour 24 into the seed, and you have yet to discover silver arrows. This is the kind of thing where you might feel like you're behind, like you're really gonna have to right route this in order to even have a chance. So we see now Torstol is in level 2, where we know he needs to be. He's going back into this room despite having the map. And what? Oh, I guess he's just looking for the item right here. Find a heart container instead. Gotta have heart. So that's nice, but that is not what we need. What we need is... Now, speaking of being an hour now, let's say 25 into the seed, you're Dr. Torstol, you haven't even gotten into level 9. He's got to be feeling the pressure here. So, as we get to these late stages of the seed, and especially as we are a decent amount of time in this, where do the runners feel like they are? Because, I mean, at this point, again, 125, you can look at that racetime.gg room and see that done at any time. So this is this could be kind of nerve-wracking moments here.
You know what? We doctors, because believe it or not, Bonnie, I am a doctor.
Okay.
So we doctors, we have to be cool under pressure all the time.
Yeah. Steady hand.
Yes,
okay,
we have to have a...
Yeah, there's that Triforce, but Dr. Torstol knows he cannot touch that right now. He has got to find that bow and keep moving. Not going to be able to grab it that way.
And my head canon right now is that Dr. Torstel has his armor on, which consists of a luchador mask and a Hawaiian shirt. And those of you who are sub to Dr. Torstel, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Animus there's the find of the serval arrows on Animus's side, and that is a major advantage for them. So,
yes,
but we still have two other pieces of the puzzle here. We got to find, and of course, we need to kill Ganon, and then we've got to find our. We know what room the princess is in, but as far as how we get to Zelda, that is still needs to be discovered. Animus trying very much to get a clip here on this ladder here to go over this T-mote. Having the stopwatch where you are flashing, I have found makes it more difficult to line up your pixel on the right spot to get it over. Torstel doesn't know this, but Animus is absolutely handing him time here with all of the time that it took to try to get that ladder clip. Is finally successful. It will not bear Ganon fruit, at least as far as this corner goes, but doesn't anyone want to see what's up there?
I would have killed all the bats.
I would have too.
We needed to know if that shutter door was a Zelda door.
Yeah, well, they know it's not because they have the compass, so they know that's not Zelda there. But that could have been, stairs. And if it's stairs that take you to Ganon and or Zelda, then those are ones worth knowing that are there. So,
and you gotta respect the fact that the doc did kill the enemies in a room that has nothing. You know, that gotta respect the hustle.
Okay. I mean, you can respect that, but then you can also question it an hour and 28 minutes into the scene, why you're killing enemies that are going to give you absolutely nothing aside from what they personally drop.
You gotta do it for the meme.
Well,
you did it for the meme.
Memes are nice. Victory is better, at least in my opinion. So, I'm more. Yeah,
I think at this point, Doc knows that he's probably way behind, and it's like at this point, I might as well do it for the fans. He knows he's on SG main. I'm going to do it for my fans. He knows he's got a lot of people from his channel. So, and more likely, it's me.
Yeah. So, Torstel, bow in hand, can now grab the Triforce and get on out of here. That map is pointless for Animus. Already having the book gives them that information. Free bombs. We like those. We like Ganon more. Well, we don't like Ganon. We like finding Ganon.
How could you not like Ganon? He goes, "Fuh! Fuh! Fuh!" I mean, he does that. So there you go, CD, just for you. And also, we have Patra making an appearance. You know.
Yep. Torstel has his 8th and final Triforce piece, as well as the bow that he needs. And now we'll be getting into level 9, probably at least a good 7 or more minutes behind Animus, which is a massive advantage. Okay, we know this is the Zelda door. So, no need to even kill these enemies here. You know what's behind that door. Oh, here we go. Here's a roar. Here's what it's directly above Zelda. There's no door to her, but that's okay. Animus versus Ganon, round 1. How does this shake out? We're going to go and get to the corner here. Going to get pushed down. That's not quite where we want to be to get the stun lock. You want to be up a couple tiles. Or 1. There we go. Makes quick work. Animus grabbing that Triforce piece. They have 3 rooms to go to claim victory, not only in this race, but in this opening round matchup to get that date in the round of 32 against Flurry. The doors fly open. In Animus goes, sitting here in a Triforce room. That seems fitting. And with a racetime.gg time of 1 hour, 31 minutes, and 8 seconds, your victor here today is Animus United. And so get your GGs in chat, as it looks like you already have, for Animus, who will take this series 2 games to none, and will hopefully be joining us here in the booth in a little bit so that we can have a bit of a conversation here about what they thought of the seed and how they approached it. In fact, I see them there, and in fact, I see them here now. Animus United. GG's on the victory.
GG's, friend Danny. You had to hold left to get to Ganon this time.
Hello there. Hey, GG. Yeah, that was quite the seed for sure.
Yes, indeed. So, few questions for you. One of which is in regards to your thought process early in the seed when it came to collecting your blue candle. I believe you were the runner that had some money, saw the candle in the shop, and decided not to buy it. What was the thought process there? Why did you decide to save your money when that candle was right there waiting for you?
Oh, did I have enough money for that? I guess.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I guess I was not
that did it. Yeah,
I guess I was not thinking. I probably would have bought the candle if I realized that.
It was fine because I want to say maybe about a minute or so later, you found the wood sword cave, which in this flag set will also have a blue candle. So you made yourself look smart in that you got it for free. But yeah, we were kind of questioning that there, why that was going on. Now, next question for you. When you put together the whole process of, okay, 2 has bow, it's raft locked, whatnot, and you had all of that other information, how were you feeling at that point about, okay, I've got to go do this, this, and this, and kind of where you were at in the race? Did you feel a little pressure? Did you feel a little like, oh shoot, that's how this is going? What was your thoughts once you made that realization?
I didn't feel too bad because I knew 1 was ladder blocked for that raft. Yeah. So I knew that. I mean, I guess you could have entered 1 with the ladder, but wasn't exactly how do I put this? Lost word, standard, I guess is the right word. Yeah, just a standard play there, because, I would have felt probably a little worse if 1 was just completely accessible and I just missed the raft that first time, but
sure.
Since it was ladder blocked, I didn't feel as bad. Not saying I felt great, but,
Yeah.
I think I felt probably the worst about 8, honestly, because I thought for sure it was boat locked, and I thought for sure I'd done all of that, and I come to find out I just didn't do a blue dark nut room, so that was...
Yeah, that was... but you didn't kill all of them, my dude.
Yeah.
See, again, that's one of those things. Brain doesn't work.
Danny?
That was one of those that was later on in the race, but that was really the only remaining time where you were really going to give your opponent an opportunity to get caught up, was as you continued to dig in 8 and not find that Triforce. And as a bit of housekeeping here, Dr. Torstel has officially forfeited the race. So this race is now officially over, and maybe we'll get Torstel in here in a bit to talk with him as well.
And please, chat, give a GG's to Doc, who did give
please do
150%. Also, Animus, I want you to look at the VOD of this race later. and watch me justify you not buying the arrows. Because I thought you giga-brained it, knowing that the blue candle was in a take any and you didn't buy it because you knew it was in a take any and wanted to justify using a take any so you wouldn't have to waste the take any. So I'm here giving you giga brain and you just literally were like, oh dude, I just forgot.
Yeah.
So
speaking
you just
of
made my explanation go.
Speaking of finding stuff on the overworld, you and this is something you and Torsto both did. When you both got to that 10 heart threshold, you both took the scenic route when it came to getting that magic sword. Was there a reason why you didn't prioritize getting that at your first opportunity? Was it kind of just I want to route it in with other things? What was what went into that decision to kind of wait a little bit on getting magic sword?
Yeah, if I remember correctly, there were a few other things I was doing when I got that 10th heart, and really the sword was kind of by graveyard, so not necessarily in a easy place to immediately go to, so I figured I would come back over there and eventually and do the rest of Death Mountain when looking for the rest of the dungeons, which I think at that point was only dungeon 2, so was hoping it wasn't raft required, but it was, so. Yeah,
so that was something that we were delighting about here, is that you needed Power Bracelet to get into 4, you needed the raft to get into 2, you needed the recorder to get into the room where the raft was held. So with all 3 of those things being required in the seed, and we thought maybe that buying arrows was going to be required too, because there was both of you had a real time of it getting that Triforce out of 8, and we thought maybe it was under that blue goma that was on top of the staircase that had the boomerang. Turned out that was just the map, but still needing raft, recorder, and power bracelet. I love those seeds, especially in a race setting like this where it's do or die. So, but speaking of do or die, you chose the do path, and congrats on that. That is going to set you up in a round of 32 matchup with the 9th seed Flurry. Any thoughts initially on that matchup?
Yeah, should be fun. I'm sure they're very great runners, so I'm sure it'll take a lot of toughness, just like it took a lot of toughness to win this one. So,
sure, very good, very good. Chris, any more questions? Anything else you want to ask Animus about here?
One of the biggest factors in you winning this, Annie, is the hints. And I know you must have felt really good finding out about 1 and 2 respectively, because I saw you dig the mountain, especially West Death Mountain, trying to find what was 2, and then finding out the hints, and those hints were expensive. You had just enough money to cover it.
Yeah, I wanted to save scum those, but then I realized I had picked up the level 3 sword, so I was like, well, that's not really going to work out, so I guess I might as well. I'm going to have to pay, so. But I agree. I agree, that did pay off.
Something else we were talking about in the seed, I want to say it was probably about in the mid to high 40s in minutes into the seed. You and Dr. Torstel had basically you were basically in the exact same position. You had the same items, you had the same Triforces, you had basically the same information, you were in the same dungeon. Like, it was, you two your paths had basically converged. You were neck and neck. And then maybe just a few minutes after that was when you got those hints, and that was absolutely the turning point. Getting those hints was what opened your door to victory without question. So, and here's the thing, and those hints, those were expensive too. It cost you probably a good $150 or something like that. to get all of them, and you didn't save scum them, but which normally you would like to do. Normally you would like to do for getting a sorry, I was looking at Doctor was saying here. Normally you don't want to just burn especially that much money on hints where it's just information. You don't need to save that, but you went ahead and did it anyway, and it paid off for you in a major way, because that was arguably the most important thing that you did in this seed, was getting those hints. I don't know if oh no, we saw that Torstol discovered that hint cave, but did not have nearly enough to afford them, so never saw them. So that was the deal there. But it looks like we do have Dr. Torstol in here. Doctor, GG's on the race. GG's. I'll just start by asking, just kind of what your thoughts on this seed and your play were. How did that go for you?
So I heard you talk about the hints there. I said I don't know the hints, so I'm like, why do I buy the hints? I'm like, I don't need to buy hints if I don't know what they mean. So I'm like, I'll just. I know some of them are helpful, but I'm like, we don't.
Well, here's what you missed: sail over the water to save the princess, and that. No, I'm sorry. Sail over the water to get the bow. I think that was the critical one. So, that the raft was in level 1. That's what it was. Sail to get the bow. Aquamantis had the raft. At that point, you both had discovered all of the levels except for 2. So, as process elimination, we knew, okay, bows in 2, you need a raft to get to it. So, once Animus had that information, Animus grabbed Mags, went straight to 1, got the raft, and then it was just kind of blast off from there. So and we were talking about this just a minute before you came in here. At about 45 to 50 minutes into this seed, the two of you were absolutely neck and neck. You had the same inventory, in the same dungeon, Triforces, everything like that. And then shortly after that, Animus bought those hints, knew exactly what they needed to do, and it was just... it was basically just playing it out from there. So that unfortunately was the big critical turning point in here. Also, this race, this was game 2. Animus has taken this series 2 games to none. So unfortunately for you, Doctor, that is going to end your run here in this tournament. But as it does, maybe just give us some thoughts on your time that you spent in this tournament, the races that you did, the time you've had, and everything there. How do you feel about your participation in the tournament as a whole?
I played my first seed 2 months ago, and it was 6 hours. Yes, I've never played Zelda before. 2 months ago. So I've never played a single Zelda game before this point. So I said, why would I learn vanilla when I could just go right into a randomizer thing? And it took me 2.5 hours to find a sword, and then someone in Twitch chat said I suck with the sword. I'm like, I've never had the sword before.
Right, yeah. This is also new. So, like, I tell you what, I'll tell you this. For jumping into a game with which you are not familiar, at least on the vanilla side, and just jumping into the randomizer and then jumping into a tournament, that is rather ambitious of you, and I listen, I respect it. I applaud it. Just, hey, go for it, and we'll see how it goes. So I'm glad that you joined the tournament. I'm glad that you participated. I'm sorry that your run, at least in this tournament, is over. But of course, the real prize is the friends that we make along the way, and I hope you've had an opportunity to make some good friends here in this community, and that you'll continue to do races and get better and participate in more Zelda 1 events in the future.
Yeah, like I'll say this: I joined because a bunch of Zelda people came to the SMB3R tournament, and I was like, well, I better come try this. So if they are willing to come try that, right? So I was like, I came, I tried it, and I could tell a difference between both communities or whatever. Like, I'll just straight up say it like this: I've never seen a Discord race in here yet that we do in the Mario community where it's unranked. We just all hang out and chill. But that's 2 different communities. You can't set the race room to unranked anyway. So it's like whatever. Yeah. But I understand there is a big difference from like, oh, it's the same level that we both see in the back to back. It's like they're two different games entirely. But it is interesting. There's a lot to track.
You can. It's just that you have to arrange it in advance with certain people. So it's not like you have to really get to know everybody in order to do that.
Yeah.
So it's something that comes with time.
I'm just saying I shouldn't have to, is all I'm saying. That's all. There should be just an unranked ability to select an unranked match, is all I'm saying. But that I will leave off the table. That doesn't matter to the situation. Animus, GG to you, buddy. You took these two games when I took two of them from the SMB3R tournament from you. So you took these two.
So are you even now?
Yeah. So we'll count it 2-2.
Alright, I think it's time for you to learn Zelda 2 now. There's a Zelda 2 upcoming, so then we could have best of 3, although I'm not doing rookie in that.
Annie, you're a champion in that. You can't do that to Doc. No.
Yeah. So
he's a Z2 champion, so don't fight him in Z2. Don't fight him in Z2, Doc. No.
So I'll be honest. I would have finished this seed out here, but as soon as if you see how much of it 9 I explored or whatever,
yeah,
I said to myself, why am I skipping rooms? I do not have arrows. Well, I already lost here. I'm like, oh, I don't know where I already screwed up and have to double back on a bunch of rooms. So, that's not good. Yeah, that's a great idea. Dr. Mario tiebreaker.
Very good.
I'll see you there, Adams.
But see, here's the thing. You are a doctor, so I feel like that's an unfair advantage.
I'm not a real doctor. I'm as real doctor as Dr. Seuss, okay?
Oh, but you didn't need to tell me that. You could have said, "Oh yeah, I'm a doctor of ornithology or something like that." I'd be like, "Oh wow, oh neat." But anyway, all right.
I'm a doctor of railroadology.
There you go.
Railroadology.
There you go. All right.
No, you're a doctor like me, Doc. Just we'll keep the canon going because I'm a neuropsychiatrist. So you know We'll keep it up, Doc. You know, he's my associate. You know, he wears his luchador mask and his Hawaiian shirt. Please say you were wearing that tonight.
Yeah, of course I'm wearing a Hawaiian shirt.
No, the luchador mask.
Oh no, the mask. No, I need to be able to see here. Okay.
Yeah.
Sight is optional.
And also the Jets did something stupid, so I can't wear it till they're in the playoffs again.
All right.
Oh well, Chad
it's
says
Winnipeg
that you
Jets,
have...
by the way, not no
so
Jets.
You might actually
fake Jets.
You might actually get to wear it sometime soon. Okay, that's good.
Yeah. I know. I'm just saying those other Jets are fake. They still they don't deserve that title.
Got it. I tell you what, Animus, Doctor, any final thoughts here on this seed, this race? Anything like that before we put a wrap on this?
No, thanks so much for calling and putting on this free stream. Hope you all have a wonderful one.
Yeah, thanks for streaming. I got the clip 4th try on Goma there to get into that silver sword. I was like, I don't know if I have the health to do this, and I'm like, I gotta just try. That help. Yeah, that I haven't learned how to screen scroll yet, so we'll figure that out later, maybe.
Yeah, I
don't know. The stuff's stressful here. It might get uninstalled. I'm kidding. Yeah. Well, it might get uninstalled for a little bit. Don't take that personally. Don't take that personally. I would like to see a biathlon, though, between an SMB3R race and a Zelda 1 seed, where both seeds are the same number.
Okay, well, I think that can be arranged.
I actually had wanted a tag team match where Z1 and SMB3 team up together to have a wombo combo race where, you know, the both of you play one race apiece, one SMB3R seed and one Z1R seed, and the first one, you know, takes all. So hopefully I can figure out a way to get that started. I don't know if that can be done in Archipelago. That's an Animus United question, in which I'll talk to Annie about that later. But I will give my final words of the day. Thank you to both of our runners. Please, if someone in chat can put up a big fat exclamation point R to give both of our runners a big fat follow. You know, you will get plenty of jank if you follow Dr. Torsel, and Annie holds right every time, whether it's Z3 or Z2 or even the Z1R. So both of them will give you lots of excitement if you follow them and join in on the fun. Please give my very funny chat exclamation point the letter R, please. Now, chat! Why must you end up? And if you put up an exclamation point C, please give Vani a big fat follow, because Vani is also in this tournament and is very accomplished and knowledgeable. So there's a lot to learn if you follow Vani. And if we haven't disclosed the identity of our tracker, it has been Cokes, everybody. Let me tell you, Cokes has been doing the clickety-clacking and has been very good at doing it. That is our bat tracker for tonight. And, you know, follow Cokes. If you don't, you are very naughty, chat. Because that is a hard worker right now. Thanks to SpeedGaming for hosting us, to Diesel, who's asleep right now. Literally just went to Albuquerque and was hosting us while being dead tired. So, on that note, I wish you all a very good night from me, Vani. I know you have the insight on what's going to happen next.
Yeah.
I am going to sleep because it's 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time where I am.
Of course. Yeah, so just some final thoughts here. You know, based on something that you mentioned here, the winner of this match is going to face the 9 seed Flurry. Whoever wins that match is going to advance to face the winner between Grandpa Zabo and myself. So it is very possible that if Animus gets through Flurry, that they could end up playing me next, assuming I beat Zabo in my first round. So this could possibly be a preview of my round of 16 match here against Animus. So time will tell, but they have as I said, they have a tough assignment with Flurry, who is an experienced rando racer. So Animus will definitely have their hands full, but it should still be a great match regardless. Speaking of matches that are coming up here, we only have one on the books for tomorrow. It is a Game 2 opening round race between Lumaga and Steve Colt. That is scheduled to go down at 8 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow. Restream channel is not yet assigned, but you do want to keep your eye on the schedule here in the Z1R Randomizer Discord server for what is going on there. Okay, that should just about do it for us here tonight. Krista, it was a lot of fun. Thank you so much for joining me here in the booth. But we are going to go ahead and sign off here. Everyone, thank you all so much for watching, and until I see you again, take care, everyone.